Alright, hello everyone. We're back here, another golf class tutorial video here, Tour 9. Here we're getting one of the new Milano holes again, and I coincidentally have Apocalypse as my driver here, so let's see if we can't get a downwind and see another downwind shot. I'd love to see that, but it seems more times than not I get wind in the face here, and you know, for the most part, I'm going to suggest if you have wind in the face that you just go about setting up a layup here. And in terms of, you know, a ball, you can either kind of set yourself with a katana or navigator. You know, this is the one instance where I feel like, you know, you can probably gamble a little bit with a navigator, but I really wouldn't go below these balls on this tour. This tour can be a bit of a bear. And you can see, you know, what I try to do is I try to stay away from that very corner just to make sure that if I was to pull it, that, you know, hopefully it stays into the fairway. So one of the things that I'd recommend for you guys is just trying to curl with the shape of the fairway and try to land a little bit more centered, just to kind of, you know, increase the likelihood of, you know, with a pull to the right or the left, is if you can land more centered, that, you know, chances are you'll hold the fairway. Keep in mind that that fairway tree will be blocking you if you don't drive it far enough. So you want to set your power according to that. You can see, you know, with my Apocalypse, I kind of knew where I could set my power, and kind of my opponent is just putting it on the other side of that tree as well. So you want to avoid the short drive. As you can see, that's the tree that we're talking about on the right-hand side there. And, you know, you do have several pitches of me. I've been trying to do this one more of a backspin approach. That's kind of what I recommend going with this hole because of the way that the green is. So it's kind of hard to, you know, use the fairway. So I really recommend going for this pitch like this. If you guys have seen my video shots already of my attempts to make this, I play it very much into max, even at mid club. So here you're going to see me go at least 5.5 rings here, 5.5 as my ring adjustment, even though I'm not at max because of the fact that it's downwind. And there you can see that I either needed to kind of back off on that side spin. I was trying to guess the angle that the ball was going to shoot coming back towards the hole, or I needed to even play an extra ring. So just something for you guys to consider, that, you know, shooting to a lower target like this is always going to influence your ball. One of the things that I recommend, you can see my opponent trying to go on the other side of the pin. It's almost a guaranteed that he won't be able to do it without some curl or some really, you know, enough side spin to counter this, because of the fact that the wind's going to resist it coming back. So watch this guy's ball. See how it comes back straight? So how is he going to get behind the hole and get it to cut right if you don't put enough side spin on? If the ball just comes back straight, because here's what's going to happen. Your hop is going to have to essentially run into the pin, and then the ball's going to back up straight. So you really, that's the reason that you saw me go around the pin right to left there, was because of the wind direction. And I would recommend you guys doing similarly. Just try to play your shot either or based on the wind. It's going to make it a lot easier to get around the pin. Because if I tried to go to the right, you know, even 2.5 bars, I'd probably still need some curl on top of that. So just something to consider. And here you're seeing we are getting one of the new holes. It is a wind in the face, which is going to make my life kind of a nightmare. So I can see that I can put it up to about +4 safely. One of the things that when I'm going up towards max that I do on this hole is, well, first off, you're going to see that I'm going to you know, side spin it, but I really need to play at least, you know, 50% extra on my wind. So if I'm not going, you know, 7 rings here, it's not enough. And just to be safe, you know, I'm going to back off. And that's why you're going to see me add just a little bit of power here, because I know that I need to go probably about 7 rings here to make this shot happen, even with the spin that I put on. And you can see roughly, pretty good shot, all things considered. I think I great balled it to the left without that great ball. So hopefully this guy can pull this off. You know, a headwind like this does kind of advantage having a sniper, because you can actually replicate my shot and just full backspin it. It's the only time that you can probably stop this. But my opponent, even though it doesn't look like it, hopefully he identifies that he can stop it, even though it doesn't look like it on the ball guide. The hardest thing about this is going to be setting enough power, because like I said, it's probably a 50% extra adjustment. And you can see my opponent coming up short. It's just going to take some practice in order to pull that shot off into the wind. You know, under normal circumstances, you have to play it probably 35% extra. But when you pull up towards max, it's carrying that much longer in the air, and you're going to have to add that much more. So if you're not going, you know, 50% extra wind, you're not going to have enough. Plus, you also have to take off some of that backspin as well, additionally, to go in the extra 50%. You can't just have it, you know, jammed full backspin. You have to kind of model what I did in my video. But like I said, you know, if my win there was a 6, you know, I needed to play at least max 9 minimum. So at using max club adjustment, whether it's mine, in my case it was 1.2 per ring, I need to play at least a 9 wind minimum. And you know, you might even want to go an extra ring on top of that just to be safe. You know, especially going into power, you could see I was going into +4 yardage. So all that little bit of extra really intensifies that. You might even want to play, you know, 60% extra wind, for example. So good luck there, and catch you guys next time.